Hello viewers, welcome to Forward Nagaland News. Apni hangi hodai amian alag khobor loina ai thega nishna. Amian ajikali yete Nagaland de especially icha Kohima de all of din age de tiger dikhise gune. Odo livestock khan nohili bi tiger dikhise tiger sighting ase gune warning bi ekta government la side par bi paina ase. Etu upor de khali itu nohine koki dolong dibi some few weeks back ho ahine livestock khai dise gune itu to Leopard ase inega gune aro Newland de hati dikha aro tatibi tiger ba ahine khai dise inega ki khobor la ase bisi jaga de itu lo topic upor de ami khota ko karne aji ami han lo sir to kawo h kinimi ifs aro wildlife warden ase tai total de ami han khota ko ase so welcome sir apni time dia ani bisi thanks dia ase ami ange to itu sir itu topic la ami first question hodium je thaka do itu tinta charta jaga de ki hoise kuntuতে হসা আছে kuntuতে নহলিবি ইনগা মানুহান বা স্পেকুলেশনস কো আনছিনা ইনগা নহই ইটু অলপ আমি হাঙ্গি জানাই দিবিনা
Thank you for having me in your channel. Well, আসল তো সব কইলে তো আপনি এতিয়া questions অলপ আমি কি জানিয়ে দিয়া তো চারটা পাঁচটা কিসিম আছে. This issue has been there since quite some time this year. We've had, like you said, this is not the first one. I mean, normally we do have issues that are ongoing throughout the year, especially in these elephant inhabited zones of Nagaland, where you have like districts of Woka, Mokokchung, where damages are happening all throughout the year. We deal with these conflicts. But yes, some incidents have happened during this year which was quite out of the normal. For the past, like you've heard incidents of like recent incidents of elephant coming to Hoito, this area that's under Koboto subdivision under Newland. Then you do have again reports of tiger. You must have seen the viral videos of a tiger running in the paddy field and yes, people saying it was Nagaland, but yeah, in Newland, but that was in fact from Assam, but somehow somebody has spread this false rumor that it was in Nagaland, so that had caused a lot of panic also. Then again, at the same time, there was a reported news that tiger was lifting livestock and moving about in Medzipima area. Yeah, we got all this news. We did act accordingly and very, very timely in all these matters actually. I'll just begin by going from incident to incident once, just to clarify to the viewers also how this came about. Well, to begin with, let us just start with the Newland incident first, where the tiger was reported. That incident was reported, well, last month. There was a first report of some animal crossing at Zukiya side. That is very adjacent to, Shozuku, Zukiya, when you cross Zion, that side. That is actually a normal elephant corridor also. Normally we get elephant presence there at Ikhoyan, these areas, but it was reported that a big cat had entered and they called it a tiger. So we were also curious because there is a possibility of animals coming from that side crossing the river. Our initial suspects were like, I don't see any forest out there, so I doubt it's a tiger. If at all, it could be a leopard. That was our initial doubts. But that also, when we had gone to the field, wherever it was reported, we had been monitoring the situation and in fact visiting the place, every location we could, wherever it was reported, we checked, but we did not identify any pug marks as well as, indirect signs of such presence of even a leopard also. So every pug mark which was shown to our staff and to us was that to be of a sort of a canine belonging to dog family, like either could be a wild dog or a jackal. I was suspecting it's a large jackal, but since there was no clear eyewitness also in this case, we could not take further steps, what to do. And then that situation itself died down on its own, and no further reports were given, apart from just people panicking and again circulating the videos saying that we got a lot of calls. But yes, it did take time for the situation to subside and to really, pacify the villagers that it's it's just false news, there are two types of reporting. Sometimes when I would just like to appeal to the viewers also. This human-animal conflict, it's as our development process goes on, it will be bound to happen that someday we will come to face with the animals, since we are occupying their territories and we are expanding. And people are really, being affected by such incidents. It takes a lot when panic is created and in the, because of such news, and then it affects the livelihoods also of many. People are not free to roam around, and I mean, in general, it's not a very good atmosphere to have, unwanted atmosphere. So when people are being affected like this, I think the public should also, cross-verify the news and then share it in a good way, so that it helps the other, and then the situation can be mitigated for the benefit of everyone. I think that will be a better step to take, instead of perpetuating this problem for everyone and saying it was sighted there, again it has sighted there. It spreads. So at the end of the day, it was not even a tiger or a leopard also. It's just turned out, I think most likely it was a jackal, and it died on its own, that news. That was the incident of the Newland. Then regarding Medzipema, yes, we have been tracking that also. There was some lifting of livestock. And normally what happens is, yes, we were quite of the opinion that, yes, this definitely belongs to a large cat. Either it could be a tiger or a leopard. We did not rule out tiger. But from the very initial stages, we got it confirmed, not through eyewitness, but through indirect signs like pug marks in the area and lifting of cattle, livestock, especially goats. So this is the common work of normally leopard, and leopards are very opportunistic. So they will take whatever opportunity is there to lift livestock, which is a very easy prey for them, and they need to feed. So since goats and these domestic animals are much easier prey, they go for these. And moreover, when you look at the area of the entire landscape of Kizima or Medzipema, Kukidolong areas, these are forested areas, a very ideal habitat for leopards. In fact, if the area supported good wildlife also, I think leopards could multiply also. But the prey base is a little less, so I think the leopards will prefer to eat domestic animals. So we were noting how much it is preying upon the livestock. Some goats, 2 goats there or 1 goat there. It was having a larger jurisdiction. So finally, we narrowed it down to another report, and then somehow we had set up our camera traps and to see exactly what animal we're dealing with. So then, I think after about 2 weeks of camera trapping, we got the final images of the leopard. It's an adult leopard. So that is in the vicinity of that area. Yeah, it knows its way around Kukidolong, Chumugidima, and Medzipema. That is a single leopard is there. And it is in a forested area. It is not very, we can't call it a semi-urban also. It's more of towards forest areas where, you go a certain distance without any houses, and then you'll see a small plot of farmland where some rubber is being cultivated, some agar trees, or some plantation is there, some farm, and many people are keeping livestock. It's like a farmstead. So this is very ideal for leopard actually. So looking at this, we were just of the opinion that, okay, let us see how this leopard behaves. So far in its behavior, we have not noticed any sort of an aggressive nature. I mean, it becomes, we as, being from the forest department, it becomes like asking us to go catch a wild animal in the wild. It also becomes, I mean, that is not actually our mandate. And it's just, with this in mind, I just like, there is a possibility for people and animals to coexist also, So we should think outside the box also and try, because we're not very used to it as Nagas, We have to, times are changing. So we need to develop a mindset where we can accommodate changes in our, environment also, and sometimes we need to make, certain, individual choices also. We should leave some patches of, forested areas purely for animals also. I mean, we can call it a forest, but a forest is not a forest, without animals. So let's see what steps to take next. But yes, we are monitoring the situation out there, and people need not panic. Okay, they not panic. Usually, leopards won't just attack human beings, and this is a healthy leopard, so it won't. It usually avoids humans. It will just. It is a very shy animal. It will very opportunistic. It will just try and prey on domestic animals. So during this time, just keep your livestock safe. Keep it closed within, at night. Even your dogs, keep it indoors. Your goats or your pigs, keep it well. Keep the area well lit also, and your compound, your surroundings, at least for some distance, keep it free of vegetation so that you have a better line of sight at night, and keep the area well lit. At least a bulb in some dark corners, it usually avoids. The latest Helka incident which was happening
regarding Kohima.
Yeah, Kohima. Well, we got the news, I think, on the 9th. I had an apprehension that it could be a tiger, but yes, I do not blame. I don't say that this has been blown out of proportion or anything, but it is actually, for me, it is. I feel it is progress. Thing is that the very villagers, instead of taking the situation into their own hands, they, out of concern, they inform the department immediately. That is one thing which I appreciate. They've seen a park mark, they've seen some animal. It's okay. You can call it a tiger or leopard, anything. Once we go, we're the first respondents to the spot. We see it, and then we determine that, okay, it's a tiger or not a tiger. It's up to us, but we will decide. And they have approached us to take care of the situation, which we will do. That very act of informing the department, I believe it's a very good thing, and we should work together in dealing with such situations if it comes up also. So I had sent my staff along with the tranquilizing unit also, in case of any exigencies which may arise. Well, on very first seeing the pug marks which they had shown us, it was very indicative that it's not a leopard also. It's not a big cat. That was ruled out. And then, in fact, the eyewitnesses, when they were questioned, they did not see the animal clearly. They had seen it in the dark at night. It was a little dark, and then from a distance, something brownish jumped. Okay, so that's how things spread, and then they called it a tiger, but it is not a tiger. No need to worry about that. And then suddenly we ascended. Some of our cameras are still there monitoring the situation. Let's see. I'm sure it could be either a jackal or a wild dog, because wild dogs are known in that vicinity.
Okay, sir. So the result is not come out still now. Yeah.
It is not. It is not. I can assure you that it's not a leopard or tiger.
So sir, when like apni han inga pa biside tiger no live leopard inega ayas each other, like it's very frequent now. We can see elephants, yeah, like you have said before, elephants to ene ayas again. This time elephant, I think in Hoito area and all those areas, we have never faced that kind of situation. So like, what is the phenomenon that is leading to all this now?
See, this Hoito incident, I should just say that it is just an extension of a problem which had persisted for quite some time. When you look at the Assam side, our counterpart, this entire stretch where you see, across Khatkati. In fact, Khatkati, these are all elephant corridors. It connects the Karbi Anglong belt you go across to some that Sunday Bazaar, that side, and then it goes all the way to Peren. There's elephant movement in this corridor, but due to, loss of their habitats, and most of them have become tea gardens and paddy fields and villages, and roads have come up. So now this corridor has been fragmented, and there's a certain group of elephants which still roam these areas around Khatkati, beyond, and they come up on certain seasons. They come up towards the, like I said, Zion Hospital side. They come this side to Ekhoyan, Zika or Pishika sometimes, they destroy and eat some crops and they go back. We have witnessed that. So that's how those villages are aware. But somehow this incident, I think they may have been spooked across the border. So this batch of 5 had come. There were 3 adults and 1 sub-adult, 5 of them in total. They had just without anyone noticing, they have reached Hoito. I mean, they have crossed quite a few villages and come. And it was quite surprising to us also that it has come so inside without anyone of the villagers ahead noticing it. But definitely this is a break off from that group, I am suspecting. And now when it comes to situation there, again, like people in Dimapur are not very used to, seeing elephants, wild elephants. Of course, when you look at Bokha, there are villagers who are dealing it on a daily basis. I mean, like this human-animal conflict, like I said, it's a very, it affects people's lives. So when somebody, they tend to, put rumors or like spread such false fake news with images from outside, it does not help the situation. There are Nagas who are genuinely suffering and people are being affected, so it will be nice if they don't do that. So out here, back to the elephant incident, we had gone there. I had seen the elephants. In fact, they were not very aggressive. Initially, when you look at them, their behavior, they were huddled up in one plantation. The main objective was to get it back to where they came from, through the same road where they had come. With their groups? Yeah, the group should go back. And well, the villagers and everyone, they also were of the opinion. Initially, everyone got scared. There was panic, and some were, I mean, Nagas, as it is, we all, I mean, like it is our custom to have one gun in the house, most of us. So, like, people were just so ready to, like, shall we shoot it, or all these kind of things were there. But it was not hard for them to understand also. Like when we told them that, but don't. They did take our request positively, and they really cooperated also in, trying to leaving the animal alone. Initially, what happened was we were having a meeting, and the elephants were just about 50, maybe say 100 feet only from us in one patch, and we were just discussing how to go about and to let these elephants go in the night, in the evening. Then the elephants had come just towards us. That's when the elephants started moving again. We all got up and the elephants started running actually. So they had run to another patch, and of course, yes, we had given some crackers for their safety, but in this incident, even the crackers did not work to our advantage. Actually, they tried blasting it, but it did not actually work to our advantage, and so we stopped. We told no more, don't blast any more crackers. It's just going to agitate. And so luckily they did not. Nobody bursted after that, and then around 6 o'clock they started moving in the evening, and they started moving on their own. So we were behind it. It went towards Hoito. It was actually in Heke village. Okay, they were holding in Heke. Hoito is just crossed. Then Hoito, Suhoi. Then we were there till midnight at 12, but the thunderstorm was there. So from then on, I think they found their way back on their own. I mean, like the next day also we had gone, but there were no traces of the elephant left. That night itself must have gone.
So, sir, regarding we have talked about the elephant now. So the sightings of these leopards, and I think, yeah, it's 2 to 3 years back in Mezipima, the tiger was killed. So we didn't have all these tigers and leopards, all this big cats problem out here, na. So it ki kurle bhalo, like noile bi kiniga ahise tahando elephant do we just talk about it now, holo bi big cats khanna do it kiniga itu phenomenon kinga start ho ase it cats khanna bi last question ito ase apni ke to it cats khan itu ki hisab pringa ho ase cha amen thakya nai do.
Actually, I would like to, first, by you saying that there were no cats, actually, there were a lot of big cats in Nagaland in the past, we did have tigers, a lot of tigers actually. Our Nagaland is a very good habitat for big cats. We had tigers, we had leopards. Many were hunted down. I mean, in the past, that's how we lost a significant number of, all these big cats. Almost like now our state is, there's no tiger. So we are trying to find evidence, at least for now, in Tanki National Park, there are high chances that the tiger is there. But in other areas, there is no solid proof that tigers are around, which used to be there actually. Now, when you look at the Majipima incident, I think of 2016, yeah, that incident, this tiger actually came from Assam. We do have certain thin strips of patches of forest connecting, may not be a very big forest, but thin strips of vegetation or some areas where, it is conducive for movement of animals. And tigers are, they roam vast territories also. So it's possible that that one came from Assam. That tiger which was killed from Majipama, it had come from Assam. And apart from that, there was no more, apart from the unfortunate incident, there's no more reports of such movement as of now. Entry, apart from leopards, especially leopards in the sense, when you look at the foothills along, Assam Nagaland boundary, these are ideal habitat. These foothills are very, good places for leopards, because that's mostly where the agriculture and human settlements take place, and they have their main concern is food and shelter. They have the forest as a shelter, then food is easily available, so it will come. Sometimes we may in the future see more movement of such animals also. I mean, coming from outside to inside. In fact, this one may have come from Assam also. The one presently in Majipima area also. This one may have come from Assam. That one, Purna Bazar B also probably came from Assam. So we may see in the future. So my appeal to the public is that when such when such incidents are reported, I mean, just let the department know that it came on such and such date, and or if you have any livestock missing, okay, like you're somewhere in a remote outskirts and suddenly you find one of your goats missing, and it's not, I mean, you don't seem to see any foul play or any thief or anything. So sudden disappearances like cows, pigs, dogs. Then if there's any indirect evidence that it could be a leopard or something, just let us know, so that we can come and see once for ourselves and see how best to help the public also, to at least for public safety and the safety of the animal, or in some cases safety of both. It helps us to mitigate the problem, and human lives should not be lost due to lack of knowledge also. To have some knowledge, be aware of surroundings. When you're staying in a semi-forested area, you should also know the consequences which come with a forest area. I mean, like, I can't say consequences, but forest, definitely there will be some wildlife. Okay, you cannot know what type of wildlife will be there, but we have to know how to live with nature also. Yeah.
So thank you, sir. Thank you so much for giving us your time. तो इचा आमियान इंटरव्यू तो आज ये खत्म मिशा रो ये सर्वर आमियान के बाल बजानाई दिशे इतु हाथीहाना इंसिडेंट आरो इतु टाइगर उलाइशे लेपर्ड उलाइशे तो हान ला कोते प्राइशे ताहान इनेगा आरो की करले ভাল हो इतु आमियान के जानाई दिशे आरो सरले रिक्वेस्ट एकता আছে তাই বড় কইদা তো ইনেগা ফেক নিউজ খান নেফেলাবি সোসাইটি তে বেশি দিকতার হই যায় তো লাস্ট টাইম ভিডিও একটা ওলাইনে টাইগার আসাম লাসি ভিডিও তো হলিবি নিউল্যান্ড দেশগুনিঙ্গা ওলাইনে इनका पब्लिक खान भुई झमेला हो जाए सोसाइटी ते एक फेयर साइकोसिस बुझ जाए गुने इतु जानाई दे आसे आरो एक एपिल दुटा लगा दो इनका किबा निजर लगा जानवर खान इनका हराइसे नहले भी किबा एक इंसिडेंट्स खान इनका हुइसे गुले तो फरेस्ट डिपार्टमेंट खान की भी ताहां की भाल बात जानाई दिबी जल्दी जानाई दिबी किले माने ताहां आहिने इतु सिचुएशन तो कंट्रोल दे आनिबो पारबो और नहले भी की ऐसे भाल बात जानिने इतु अपनी हांगी जनाई दिबो पारबो इतु लो ओपरटिव আছে इतु কাৰণে इनिगा खबर আৰু আলাক খবৰ কাৰণে আপনি হাঁ চাই থাকিবি ফৰ নাগালেণ্ড নিউজ মই আৰামাচুমি ফৰ এফএনএন